Hey guys, so I'm back with another video, and this time around I've got some Walmart action. Boy oh boy. So I was in Walmart about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago and decided what's going to Walmart without checking out the wax section. So I go on over and lo and behold, newness. I'm talking at least 25 to 30 new Better Homes and Gardens Sensationals wax cubes. And then further down you see a brand new line, I think, of Burt's Bees, candles, and wax melt. So I'm like, this is going to be very interesting. So I'm there sniffing and just smelling around for at least less than 10 minutes, I want to say. And in the store, everything is amazing and perfect. Everything is new. You know, you see intriguing names, intriguing pictures, and all that stuff. And you get it home and it's just like, really? So I guess I'll start with the Better Homes and Gardens Sensational stuff first, and then I'll talk about the Burt's Bees. So let me pick this up really quickly and talk about some stuff. Okay, so the first one we have is Molten Orange. This is Sensationals, and I mean they're both, you know, Sensationals, Better Homes, so yeah. So Molten Orange, Pink Sugarberry, Fresh Orchard Apples, Exotic Coconut Quince, whatever, Pink Tiare Flower, Apple Blossom Freesia, Rainy Spring Day, Be Sweet, Rock Candy, Blushing Pink Petals, Fresh Pulled Taffy, Iced Mocha Latte, Saltwater Winds, Pretty in Pink, Cucumber Aloe, Southern Spanish Moss, and Brushed Teakwood Amber. And then just really quickly, the Burt's Bees Herb Garden Citrus Soy Wax Melts. And yeah, so let me put this down because I don't feel like holding it. I kind of have like a headache, so that's why I'm like out of it a little bit. But anyway, so I'll start with the Better Homes and Garden stuff because there's really not much to say about any of this stuff. Very underwhelming, especially when you melt it. So the Molten Orange was the one that intrigued me the most because I just wanted something, you know, kind of just juicy and sweet and just like, you know, citrusy. So I got the Molten Orange and I smelled it, and I kid you not, this is Orange Sapphire from Bath & Body Works. I'm talking 2000... God, the years just go by. 9, 10, or 11. I forget. It has to be like 9 through 11, I think, and or something. So it's so good. Like, it's basically orange and a little bit of grapefruit, and then when I stretch my imagination, it's kind of like Sprite and perfume. A little bit. That's so crazy and off of what I just said, but it's just really good. It's definitely Orange Sapphire. I used 2 wax cubes and I got fragrance in minutes. I'm talking soon as, you know, maybe like 5 minutes after, it just started to like linger, filled up my entire upstairs. So that was really interesting. Surprisingly enough, didn't give me a headache. Didn't make my eyes water. It was really pleasant, but it was strong and sharp, so that was really good. So I loved that one. Definitely a must buy. I'm gonna go back and get more of that one. And then Pink Sugarberry, that one, it smells like the Bath and Body. I keep referencing Bath and Body Works. It's the addict in me. So it smells like Bath and Body Works' gelato candle, but then it also kind of gave me like, how can I say it? It kind of gave me like a raspberry jam-esque type thing, but it's really sweet. It's really sugary. And I really liked it. It just, it's take it or leave it, but, you know, I guess I'm just going to use it up. And that one didn't really linger like I wanted it to. It kind of smelled like wax after like the 30th minute I had it going on. So 30 minutes in, you're going to get like a kind of waxy, kind of like bland raspberry scent. But it's really good. It's just like sugary, jammy raspberry. It's really nice. And then the next one is Fresh Orchard Fresh Orchard Apples, and that one's just a direct dupe of Farm Stand Apple BBW. It's the same thing. Like, there's no difference whatsoever. I guess just red, kind of plasticky Macintosh apple scent. Realistic, maybe, but yeah. And then, and that one didn't really do too well. It just kind of just stayed in one room. It was very light. And everything I've used two of each scent in my warmer, so yeah. And then that was going on, and it just kind of fell flat for me, but you know, you may, if you like the apple scent, that's kind of standard, then get that one. And then the next one is Exotic Coconut Quince. Yeah, I think it's Quince. I'm like Quince. Quince. Exotic Coconut Quince. This one gave me something so crazy. It gave me coconut cookies, it gave me lemon cookies, and it gave me cleaner. Very crazy, but that's what it gave me. And in the warmer, it was not good. It was like, it just smelled plasticky like after 30 minutes, and it just wasn't for me. So that's a definite, definitely not a repurchase. And then Pink Tiare Flower. Of course, you know that's like gardenia, but unfortunately, like the gardenia I'm familiar with is supposed to be kind of, I don't want to say powder, I want to say it's supposed to be perfumey and sweet, but this one was super sweet, almost like it had like a cheap like berry note. It's good, I like it, and it lingered well, but after like 30 minutes, that was it. Just smelled like cheap, like, what's that thing I referenced? Help me. It smelled like Renews It. Renew, whatever it is. It smelled like that, like a Renews It, like the little wax cylinder thing. It smelled like that. And it was good, but I don't know. And then the next one is Apple Blossom Freesia. And Apple Blossom Freesia, you know, looking at the pic, I'm thinking, okay, Freesia. It's going to be, you know, sheer Freesia, Bath and Body Works, something like that. It's like that, but it's super light. And in the warmer, it was pretty much non-existent. Like, it filled like half, like it only smelled up like half of the place it was sitting. Like, I have my warmer in the corner of my room. So in that corner, in that area, that's where you could smell it. You couldn't smell it anywhere else. It didn't throw. And it was just a very light sheer Freesia. I don't want to say artificial, but leaning toward artificial. Not a favorite. And then Rainy Spring Day, that one, God, I was hoping for something herbal. I need to like let that herbal thing go, because obviously companies are scared of that word. So I can't stretch my imagination and tell you it smells like this or that. When I was in the store, it kind of smelled like Rain Kissed Leaves from BBW, but more like a cheaper version of that. But when you melt it, oh God, it just smelled like, it smelled very locker roomy gel deodorant-ish. It was not good at all. So, and that one didn't throw too well. So that was a good thing, but you know, whatever. And then Be Sweet. Now, I bought this one strictly off of the label. I mean, hello, Be Sweet, honey. I'm thinking it's gotta be good. In the store, it smelled like honey, kinda. It smelled like perfumey honey. And then when you melt it, it's just like terrible. It's plasticky, it's artificial. It's like cheap, burnt, perfumed honey. Not good at all. Not a fan of that one. And then the next one is Rock Candy. That one was excellent. I am going to go back and get another one of that. It's really good. It's like realistic to what Rock Candy is. It gave me like blackberry rock candy, gave me blueberry rock candy, gave me strawberry, raspberry rock candy. So very true to the name, spot on. Kind of had like a bubblegum scent to it too, but as you're melting it, oh, and it's not going to go past like 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes is up, it's going to start smelling, you know, cheap, plasticky, not too good, but while it's going, it's really nice. So Rock Candy is definitely a repurchase for me. And the next one is Blushing Pink Petals. This one is kind of hard to describe. It's kind of, you guys are going to kill me, but I'm going to go and pull like a typical BBW reviewer one on this one. It smells like blushing pink petals. It's amazing. It's perfect, and you got to go get it. I'm just kidding. What if I review like that? You guys would hate me so much. But it kind of smells like a very faint, cheap, poor man's version of Yankees Pink Sands. It's very light, and when you melt it, it's hardly even there. So yeah. And then the next one is Fresh Pulled Taffy, and this one was good. It kind of smelled like It gave me like an orange creamsicle, like orange, like lime sickle type of a scent. Taffy, kind of a stretch, but you know, if I want to just, you know, use my imagination, it's taffy, whatever, but not really. This one smelled very plasticky as it was melting, and that's not a good thing, so that's a no. And then iced mocha latte, that one, immediately I thought espresso bar is what it's going to be. And it is. It's pretty much espresso bar from BBW, but the only thing is it has like this butterscotch note to it, which makes it very, and it is, when you melt it, it's super plasticky and just artificial and not good. Also kind of smells like those chocolate suckers you get from like See's Candy, but very plasticky and cheap, so that's a no. Saltwater Winds, you know, I was hoping for like a renew and refresh. I would love a renew and refresh BBW scent dupe. I would love that. I would buy tons of it. Unfortunately, this is not what it is. It's kind of cologne-y. And I know that word gets thrown around and people get like fed up with trying to describe it. They're like, oh, it smells like cologne. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's freaking cologne. Like, there's no way around it. Like, you don't go to the beach and you, like Tina Divalicious was saying, I think I even said it, you don't go to the beach and smell cologne. You smell like fresh air. You smell, you know, you don't smell cologne, put it like that. And this is just what it is. It's cologne. I don't know what cologne it is. I know it could be like a dollar store, like cheap thing that you find, but not good at all. And when it was melting, it was nice. It lingered, but it was just kind of underwhelming and forgettable. And then the next one is Pink, Pretty in Pink. This is good. This is, I know a lot of people were looking for the BBW Pink Petal Tea Cake candle, and they couldn't find it, but guess what? This is as close as you're going to get to it. It's not exactly it at all, but it's kind of close. Like if you kind of close your eyes and, you know, compare the two, not really making yourself believe it, but it's close. It's very close. It's nice, and yeah, and when it's melting, it's good. It doesn't fall flat. It doesn't get stale. It just kind of remains. It remains that scent. Lingered in the room. It didn't, you know, go past the room, which is not a big deal. Didn't give me a headache. Didn't burn my eyes. It was all good. Definitely a repurge. And then I have Cucumber Aloe. Now this one is cologne. Cologne. When you smell aloe, when you smell cucumber, you don't go, this smells like cologne. But, you know, lately, I guess vendors don't want to do the real thing because it like kind of, it kind of scares people off when it's too close to what it's supposed to be. So they end up smelling like cologne, and that's what it is. It's a nice cologne scent, but it's, as an herbal fan, I really hoped that they, and this is since, you know, Better Homes and Gardens, they can do more of like that sweet artificial kind of like fake clone-y thing. But Sensational, they're usually good for like matching what they're supposed to, like when they say Cucumber Aloe, it's supposed to be Cucumber Aloe, and unfortunately this one didn't really make it. It's just cologne, so, and it smells nice, but you know. And then Southern Spanish Moss, this was some kind of cheap dollar store cologne. I have no clue. It's not anything but cologne, so that's a pass. And then Brushed Teakwood Amber, that was just a desperate purchase. And I'm going to tell you why I got all the stuff in a minute, but this smelled like chestnuts and amber. And that's very odd, but that's what I got from it. Nothing to cry about. And those three, they did not linger out of my room. They kind of stayed within 30 minutes worth of it. 2 wax cubes for everything, and that was it. So, yeah, not a fan. I wouldn't repurchase any of those three. Now, here's why I bought all this stuff. Okay, so I was in the wax section, of course, and I had a bunch of stuff in my cart, and you guys have been there with me. Don't pretend like you haven't. You're kind of like, okay, I'm going to put this back, put this right here, kind of put this to the side. But guess what? The lady ended up ringing up the molten orange. So I'm like, okay. It said $1. Like the little thing said $1. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get them all. So I just got them all, and they kept going like $1. So I'm like, yes, score. So I got them all for $1. I don't know how that happened, but I was not complaining about it. It was really good. So that was the Better Homes and Gardens. Again, in the store, it's amazing. It's new. It's fresh for you. And then you get it home and it's like, eh. But, you know, I guess it's more mess to add to my collection. Okay, now let's talk about Burt's Bees. So you all know what Burt's Bees is. You're in the checkout aisle and you're kind of, glancing at the magazines. You look to your right, you see, oh, I need some chapstick, need some lip gloss. Let me just, pick up one. That's kind of how it happened with this candle mess I have right here. And this is terrible. I'm going to just be flat out and just say it. Terrible. Performance-wise. And the scents themselves, oh, I can't talk. The scents themselves are very, very flat and like take it or leave it. But anyway, so I'm looking at all the scents and there's a lot of them. There's like vanilla honey, which is what I bought, herb garden citrus, which is another one I got, birch bark, got that one. And then the ones I didn't get, and you'll see, and whenever you smell these scents, you'll see why. They had an apple one, didn't get that one. They had cotton blossom, they had lavender fields, hibiscus bloom. And I think they had like other ones, but I don't remember. Even when you go to the website, it's not like complete. The website's not completely fully running, so you just kind of like see pictures and stuff, and that's, but let me tell you what I didn't get. So like they had maybe I think they had like 5 candle sizes. They had the two you see here. They had a 9-ounce candle, 3-wick. They had a 6.5-ounce 2-wick, I guess tumblers, and then they had a 9-ounce, they had a 12-ounce, which was 3-wicked, and then they had a 6.5-ounce, I said that already, 11-ounce, which is 2 wicks, and then they had like this tin can thing, like 3.5 ounces. So that's what they had. Those are all the sizes thus far. I guess they're going to release more, but I have no clue. And then the wax melts, soy wax melts are 2.5 ounces. Oh God, where do I begin? So I guess I'll start with like the hibiscus bloom was just sweet mess. Lavender fields, lavender is probably one of the easiest florals to replicate into home fragrance, and that one just fell flat. It was just kind of cheap and not good. Cotton blossom was very, very underwhelming. It was actually kind of cologne-y. Oh, and they had a eucalyptus mint, and that one was like medicinal spearmint. It was nice, but I should have bought that one for strength purposes, but I just didn't. So yeah, but I think I should grab that one, but I don't know. And then the biggest one was, of course, the 12-ounce one, and that one was like $7.97, I think. I can't remember all the prices verbatim, but whenever you check out the section, you'll see the prices and everything. So that was that. Now let's talk about what I have here. Goodness. So I bought the 9-ounce 3-wick because I just wanted to, and I bought vanilla honey because of the name. Like vanilla honey, it sounds good. It's I just wanted to get it, and in the store it was underwhelming, but I figured I'm an addict, I can't help myself, so I just like gotta get it and hope for the best when I burn it. And it was just unscented. It burned well, it burned clean, it burned well, but it was just very unscented, along with the birch bark. Like it was just kind of burning aimlessly. And this one tunneled. The 3-wick one was flawless, but the 2-ounce one tunneled, and both of them were burning for at least 8 hours on. So in order to get a full wax pull for the vanilla honey, it took about maybe 3 hours. And then the birch barks, I gave up after 8. Like, that's enough. Like, if it can't pull out in 8 hours, then forget about it. So I ended up just blowing it out and, burning something else. And then the vanilla honey, that one smelled like, ugh, God. That one smelled like cheap plastic vanilla wax. Like, that's all I could say about it. And then the birch bark, it smelled woodsy, but then it kind of smelled like Lay's barbecue potato chips a little bit. So I'm like, that's not cute. And of course it tunneled, so that didn't make anything better. But they were both unscented while they were lit, and they're still unscented, so back they go. Let me just give you like a quick overhead view really quickly. Show you something right here. Look at that wax. This is soy wax for you. And it was so interesting. I'm like poking it and touching it, but it was like kind of creepy. But yeah, that's what it is. It's like like cauliflower or something like that. Crazy. And then this one just straight up tunneled. You can see that wax right there, and yeah. And then it says right here, you can't see it, but it says candle contains soy wax, coconut oil, and natural fragrance, paraffin free, clean burning. Sure it is. Oh, and let me show you of course, the soy wax melts. Messy, messy. So messy. Yeah. And this one's kind of smelled like, it smelled like one of those little herbal, like out here we have something called Hate Street. And you know, like that hippie kind of area that you probably have in your city. It smells like that. It doesn't smell like herbs at all. It just smells like, I can't even describe it. It's just kind of smelled like medicinal and flat. It just wasn't what I expected. In the store it was kind of like herbal, but then you get it home and it's just medicinal, and it's like not for me. Now I'm OCD about everything, so I'm like, okay, the consistency and texture is just like driving me nuts. I knew that when I bought it, but I just, you know. And then like I got my little gloves out and I'm like, you know, popping, and you couldn't even, God, it was so hard to like detach these things. They're all like stuck together. It melted nice and clean, but it didn't throw. It had like the slightest, tiniest throw. I just, you know, and it was burning or melting for at least an hour, and it was barely there. So far, Burt's Bees is a disappointment, because of course, when you burn a candle, you want throw and you want a clean burn. And when you melt wax, you want a big, grand throw. Or maybe not. But so far, I've tried, you know, candles and wax, everything that they offer, and each size, and I'm just not happy. So these will be going back. And I just used up the wax melts in my downstairs warmer, in my room, and in my living room. I'm like, let me just use them all up and forget about it, because I'm not going to return, you know, wax that's, you know, so yeah. So that's pretty much it with Burt's Bees. If you want to try, I recommend you trying it out, because you never know. You may like it, you may not like it. It really depends on, it just depends. That's all I can say. So that pretty much wraps up my, it's kind of a desperate haul. I wanted to just have something new in my home as far as collection goes. BBW is just wearing me out. Like, I'm seriously over it. And I'm going to do a video on that stuff in a second, so stay tuned for that. And as always, thank you so much for listening and watching. If you managed to listen to 23 minutes of me rambling, I appreciate it. If you want to comment, go ahead. If you want to rate, subscribe it up, do that too, please. And I'll talk to you all later. Thanks. Love you much. Bye.